Photo School free. Can I have my apple now?
Okay, so it's Jordan, jpcopenphoto.com, YouTube channel Photo School Free, and this is an introductory to DSLR cameras. DSLR stands for Digital Single Lens Reflex. What that means is every time the shutter is pressed, the mirror goes up and the picture is taken. What is different from a DSLR than just a normal point and shoot camera? Well, one of the things is that you can change the lens. Point and shoot cameras, most of them don't allow you to change the lens, although nowadays some do. But overall, for quality and durability, you're going to want a DSLR. So, basic functions of the DSLR, most of them have shutters, obviously. These pop-up flashes. Some of the higher end versions don't have pop-up flashes. I never use my pop-up flash, it stays down all the time. But yeah, they have those. They have different functions like different functions like most DSLRs have a screen in the back to let you see the viewfinder. Here's all my functions on the back screen. You see my shutter speed, my aperture, everything. If you want to know more about that, I have more videos about shutter speed and aperture and different things like that. So check the videos on my channel. If you have any questions about any videos that you want to see, also just send me a message and I'll make that. Back to the camera. This is the autofocus button right here. These buttons are for different functions. It's going to be different on every camera, so what's on my camera is not going to be on your camera. This is for my shutter and also how I do my aperture. Like for instance, if I press this button down, see that moves the shutter, speeds the shutter, slows the shutter. But if I press this button down, now it changes the aperture. See, 3.5 f5. So that's how I change my aperture and my shutter speed on my Sony Alpha 500. How you do it on your camera, again, it might be just a tad different, but it's not too hard to figure out. The menu button opens up the menu, and there you can set your camera manually to whatever you want to set it to, whatever you're comfortable with. And like I said, if you check out my other videos, you might be a little bit more comfortable with your photographs and a little bit more comfortable with setting. Now these are the modes. When it comes to modes, the only mode I use is manual. I'm always on manual, although I might use shutter priority or even aperture priority. Shutter priority sets the shutter at whatever you want and then automatically sets the aperture, and I usually use that for sports or something like that if I want something at a certain speed. Aperture priority, which I usually use for portraits and such, is you set it at a certain aperture and you just leave it there. So, and then there's program, there's usually a lot of these modes are on other cameras, macro, portrait, action, stuff like that. It's kind of stuff you'll find on the compact. And then you have more modes, automatic, which I never use. And a little tip for me, don't use automatic, and really don't use none of these. I'm just going to cycle through these because I don't like to use these. I like to learn how to use my camera, because the thing about a DSLR is when you're using these settings, you're really limiting your camera. You have a DSLR for a reason, because you want to take the picture that you want when you want, and the only way you can do that is to learn how to use your camera manually. This is the hot shoe, where you would attach your external flash or other devices that come with a lot of radio triggers and stuff nowadays that you attach on your external flash. This is the viewfinder. You can see through your lens. My port where I put my cards, I can put either or. This is where I have my battery. So yeah, that's a DSLR camera. And like I said, the reason why you have a DSLR camera is because you want to get the most out of your photographs. So if you would like to learn a little bit more about how to take the picture that you want when you want with your DSLR, then subscribe to my channel and send me a comment, ask me to make a video. Whatever you want to do, I'll do it. It's all good in the hood. Peace out. Good night.